Hawk meme coin is live!
This is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading. Y'all made millions on fees from this little scheme.
But here's what I know about the SEC. They don't care. You can tell them that you just didn't know, and they will hold zero weight to it. I think she ends up doing jail time for this.
Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. I am Sherrilyn, and I am so glad you found me. We've been having a lot of new people come and find me and everybody else who has been here for so long. So welcome. Most of you just love seeing the new people, comments, warm wishes, kind comments. Some of the comments, not so much, not so much. But that's okay. This isn't for you. This is for all of the people who want to be here. It's like, if you don't want to be here, it's okay. This isn't an airline. We don't have to announce our departure because of how annoying my voice is or whatever. It's just like, just go. You know? I always think it's funny when people don't expect me to like stick up for myself or like bark back or call out like their uncool behavior. And then when I do, they get mad and they're like, you just can't take constructive criticism. And I'm like, no, babe, you're just being a biatch. And I'm going to call it out because I don't like that. We don't do that here, all right? Anyways, we have a lot to go through. We're going to get right into it. Also have a riddle for you. Before we do, though, I have a quick message. Before we get started, I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor today, Hailey. I already told you guys I have a travel planned for, like a lot of travel planned for the upcoming year. So I'm so excited for this app. I've already downloaded, ready to go. If you've never heard of Hailey before, it's a new eSIM service app brought to you by Nord Security, a longtime supporter and service I've used for years. So through Hailey, you choose from several affordable eSIM plans in over 160 countries and 8 regions, meaning that with Hailey eSIM, you'll easily have a connection when needed during your travels. If you've ever done traveling before, you probably understand how unsettling it is when you don't have Wi-Fi and what a difference a local SIM card can make. So an eSIM provides an internet connection wherever you travel and saves you money on roaming fees, which are the bane of my existence. I said in the last integration, I always try so hard to just stay on airplane mode, and then I'm like, nope, I got to get on the internet. I got to look for something, and then boom, whole day you're charged for. So the beauty of Hailey is that you only have to download it once, eliminating the need to install it or new eSIM to each country. And then once you land, Hailey is instantly activated, so you will be able to easily connect to a local network. They have global and regional plans, so if you are planning on visiting several countries, you can get a global or a regional plan and then travel within that same eSIM plan. All Hailey eSIM plans are compatible for iOS or Android devices, and they also have 24/7 chat support. And for whatever reason your device isn't eSIM compatible, they back you with a full refund. You can get an exclusive 15% off discount on Hailey eSIM data plans. Just download Hailey app and use my code sherrilyndale at checkout. Thank you so much, Hailey, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so today's riddle is, I can be liquid or solid. Sometimes I bubble, and you can find me in every home. What am I? All right, oh yeah, sorry. Just one more thing. If you don't watch Here for the Club podcast, my podcast with my amazing co-host, Cece Suarez, Chelsea Suarez over at I Am Cece Suarez. We have a podcast, it's the best, so much fun over there. But if you didn't see last Friday's episode, I announced that if my eyebrows are looking a little bit weird, that day they were really bold because I just got them done on Friday. Now we're in the like dry healing stage. So if you're looking at my eyebrows and you're like, I just want to like flake them or peel them, we can't do that. So we just got to live with it. I got, you know, like my hair done and stuff like that and got like cozy vibes so that it just, you know, distracts from the flaking brows. Okay. So who had the Hawk Tuah girl potentially going to jail on their 2024 bingo card? Because I did not, but here we are. Yeah, this is wild. I feel like every single person knows who Hawk Tuah is, but if you know, perhaps were in a bunker during the summer and you don't know, her name is Hailey Welch, and she went mega viral earlier this year. She was randomly interviewed in Nashville during the CMA Fest by Tim and Dee TV YouTube channel and had a you know what, an off-the-cuff, uncanny, hilarious, I guess, answer to a question that they had that people just ate up. So here's that clip.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
So I think it's important to know that this girl had no following prior to that moment. This was, again, completely random. She wasn't even officially identified until I think like 2 weeks after this whole thing took off, because she had deleted her socials a while ago. So that interview was posted on June 3rd, 2024, and then gained traction and went viral around the 13th. And then Hailey Welch was publicly identified as the Hawk Tuah girl on June 23rd. And that was about like 2 weeks after that video was posted. During this whole time, there was like so much information, misinformation, people trying to identify her, find her, talking about her background. There was a lot of like false claims that she was a teacher who got fired over everything, and that her father was a pastor who was like embarrassed. So these rumors were eventually debunked when Hailey herself finally comes forward, does her first interview. It was with Brianna LaPaglia of the Plan Brie podcast, and clarified her actual job was at a spring factory. So just like, can you imagine just working at a spring factory, doing your thing out in Nashville with your girlfriends, get pulled over after, I don't know what she was drinking, but I've had, you know, like I've wondered, I'm like, were you having porn shot? Her mouth is all blue. I'm like, I think it's like kind of endearing. But anyways, this was not like a prepared, planned thing. She also clarified that her dad was not a pastor. From that point on though, like she was everywhere this summer. This summer was literally like the summer of Hawk Tuah. There was even, when I was at Spirit Halloween, there was this costume that they tried to make like her, and it was like Hawk Tuah, and it was just kind of like a, I don't know, like a, almost it almost looked like a construction type. It was the weirdest thing. Anyways, like it was her summer, okay? She was at music festivals, sports events, club appearances. She literally became a multi-millionaire in months, like over the summer. Then it was announced that she signed a podcast deal with Jake Paul's media company, Better. So his media company, Better. That's the media company. BETR. And the podcast is called Talk Tuah. I'm not gonna lie, you know, like good, decent like marketing. I don't know what's going on with her like team manager point. Obviously, we're gonna get into this. Anyways, that launched, and I don't know. I have never listened to it. I've seen some clips. Some of the clips, I'm not gonna lie, like are a little bit hard, but in the safe sense, like she's just kind of been like thrown into this, so doesn't have, you know, the best interview skills or even, you know, just like content and social media and stuff like that. So it's interesting. This whole thing is very interesting. And I think, I don't know where this started with, you know, getting a team and putting it together. Like I said, this isn't something that she had planned. I think that there was obviously like this mass like amount of people that were like, oh, like we can help you, let's do this. And then you get overwhelmed. Like you don't know where to go, okay? So I would think in the grand scheme of things though, Jake Paul, I guess like from a business standpoint, the guy knows how to make money. So she went and signed to do this podcast with him, and then she's also got like these like side ventures. So on her podcast on November 26th, she announced her partnership with a company called Over Here, and it was to launch the official Hawk meme coin, so like a crypto meme coin, on December 4th. And their whole push was like, this isn't, you know, like just another token launch. This is going to like redefine the crypto space, because it's gonna bring like, I think like more maybe influencers, even like a younger generation into this sphere. This crypto world is very out of my realm. I don't think my brother ever watches anything that I do, but he's like very into it. So he's tried to teach me so much, and I'm just like, you are speaking in code, literally. Like, I have no idea what you're saying. So if you are also, you know, kind of like an expert in this field, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But from what I can see, this is, I guess, like a company that would like kind of partner and do these types of launches with people. And this crypto coin is like a meme coin. So there have been people who have made a lot of money on these meme coins in the past. There's like, even I know like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu coin. I know that like from my brother, or like Pepe, the little like frog guy. So a few days leading up to the launch, Hailey was, like kind of getting everybody excited, saying like, okay, my coin's coming. And then the day of, like, the coin is here. And we'll play that.
Today's launch day. Woot woot. Hi TMZ. Say hello to my community. Hi. Hi. My Hawk meme coin is live.
All right, so I missed the whole launch. I had no idea what was going on until I was scrolling and I see this screen recording of CoffeeZilla, who is like another YouTuber, huge YouTuber, calling out like this catastrophe of this coin launch and talking to her and her team. I think it was like on something you can do like on Twitter, maybe like how you can talk. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Sorry, guys. Not here with all of the facts today, but it's irrelevant. They were talking. We'll listen to it in a second. But according to an article that I read from The Bitcoinist, this has actually made me want to get like kind of like a little bit knowledgeable about like the whole crypto coin thing. It still kind of weirds me out. I don't get it, but I get it. So this article says, as the coin went live on Wednesday afternoon, so that was the December 4th, 2024, its market capitalization quickly surged to an impressive $500 million and then plummeted 88% in minutes. It looks like the top holders dumped their tokens as the price peaked, sending the meme coin into a massive nosedive. Amid the backlash, like this is obviously like, you don't even need to be knowledgeable in that to know like, holy fuck, like they're saying like, okay, it goes up and then in minutes, the top holders of the coin who had already put money in it are like, oh my gosh, and then they just bounced. I think it's called like pump and dump. I think we're gonna, if that's not what it is, I think I did write that somewhere because I saw it. But anyways, that's what they did. So obviously there's a huge amount of backlash. People are like, what the hell is going on? Because you're watching it. And I did see somebody's comment where it was like, oh my gosh, like seeing this surge and just go up and you're watching this happens almost like this surreal experience. That happened to my brother once, and he was like on just like a natural endorphin high for like a couple of days. Like it was like still like trying to process it. So you're going through this like huge high, but what like didn't happen to him, like he was able to like make money and then leave like later when he wanted to. But this was like instant. It was like you're going up, you're like, oh my gosh, like how much is this taking off and I'm making? And then all of a sudden, like the rug is pulled from you. So as people are freaking out, her and her team get on a call and then they're talking live, and then CoffeeZilla comes in the call. And that is the clip that I saw that I want to share with you.
Happy to answer any
I have
questions.
questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey guys.
What CoffeeZilla?
Hey,
man.
this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We could answer that.
you know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay,
But
so there's tokens
CoffeeZilla,
going directly from the main account,
CoffeeZilla, just chill for a second.
and then it's getting sold for $50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for $50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now we had.
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Listen. Doesn't matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet. You've heard of a strategic allocation or a private
How much
sale.
did y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
It's not that
Selling
we
out your
made.
fans.
over
other
here,
people
can you
can
give
dump on your
hold
fans.
on, CoffeeZilla, take a chill pill, brother.
Yeah. So
Let's
Y'all
just
just
speak.
rug pulled a bunch of people. What are
No,
you
there's
talking?
no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pulled, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market cap
No, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it. That
snipers.
was not
No, it's
us.
not
That
just
was
that, and you know that.
listen. No. I'm telling you the
And y'all
truth.
made millions on fees
I,
from this little scheme.
there's not a.
Oh, I'm sure
It's
that's
not a
not you getting
scheme.
those fees,
It's
right?
not a
Who's making the
scheme.
money on the fees?
It's
Who's
not a
making
scheme.
millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making
project. So we
fees?
can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses,
Who
right?
makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to yes, the creator, right? Who's
Which
gonna
is who?
who
Who does that
which
go? Who does that belong to?
that belongs to the project, right?
Who's the
That
project? Who is the
that
project?
Well, the project is over here, Hailey Welch, right?
How
And
much does Hailey
there's a
Welch
lot.
own?
This is Hailey Welch's project,
So she owns
and
all of it.
CoffeeZilla,
Did she just make $1
take a
million
chill pill,
on fees on
take
a
a
rug?
chill pill.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns
Do you
it.
know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself, right?
So
We've
y'all wanted
spent.
to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking
We're
who
here every
actually
single
makes the
day.
millions of
Day
dollars in
one,
fees from the
day
rug.
two, day three. This is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that. First of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days like you're
So
used
who
to.
made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Hailey Welch make of that million,
Two
1.8
it's
million?
the two It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does
Okay.
she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So
The
y'all made the
foundation.
money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the Cayman
Brother,
Islands.
who profited? Over $1 million was just
I'm
made.
telling you, a foundation that pays people out. And by the way, CoffeeZilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills. It
Well, when
goes
you're
to
charging
attorneys. It goes to accountants.
15%,
It goes to
if
directors.
you're
It
charging
goes to
15% on
staff.
a rug pull and
Right?
you're profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pull, I
rug
think it's
pull because
relevant.
we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. Yeah, that's defamation. What
Doc,
you're saying,
do the
CoffeeZilla.
math. Do
It's
the math.
defamation. You're saying that we pulled the rug. There was
You
no rug
released
pulled.
3%. You released.
You're defaming
Are
our character.
are you not? Are you not
It's
going to let me talk?
bullshit. It's
You just
bullshit.
talk over me. You talk over
No,
me.
I'm hearing bullshit. So why
No,
why
you're
am I
not. You're
going to take it
talking over
seriously?
me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3% to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one on from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The
And
tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion.
So it's wild to me that I because of just this space and me being in it for so many years, it can be very scary sometimes because you don't know who to go to trust. A lot of people like gatekeep information, like which management to go to and trust, and what kind of business deals are potentially going to harm you. And because she was just kind of like thrust into this in just months, like weeks, essentially. I think she was like signed with somebody like right away, because when she did come forward, she already had like, her socials up and it was being done. Like you could tell that there was like an influence behind it, but she doesn't know like who to trust. I don't think there's anybody in her tight knit group who is an influencer or anything. So like, where do you go to? You have so many people in your head of like, okay, this is how we can do this, and wanting to make money off of her as well. Like their intentions are obviously not like, oh, we just want to help you. No, they also want to make money off of her and just like throwing all of these suggestions and deals and brands at her. The problem is that this to me feels very much that she's been taken advantage of. And not to say that I excuse like anything that has gone on here. You're obviously responsible for the decisions you make and the brands that you align with. But this was something my brother had even told me about, kind of when NFTs were becoming a big thing, because he was seeing like a lot of influencers like kind of partner with that. And his like main thing to me was like Cher, don't do that. Or if like you were ever going to, like, please let me look over it. And I guess I can't say like I know anybody in her family, but thank goodness like I have somebody like that in my life who's knowledgeable in this space to have been like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a good move for you. So yeah, to have her on there to try to answer questions in a thing, like in an area that this is purely speculation in my opinion, but I'm going to assume she's not very knowledgeable in. It just kind of seems, like a little bit icky, like just, using her face, whatever. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. All right. But obviously huge amount of backlash. She's like, I'm getting off this call. And she, once she obviously, her team dealt with continuing to talk to like CoffeeZilla and trying to explain that there wasn't this like whole like pump and dump. Again, I don't even know if that's the word, but anyways, trying to explain it to him that this isn't what's going on. Then they release a statement. And so from the token Hawkonomics, so I guess like the analytics or whatever of the token, it revealed that there was only 2% of the supply of that coin was set for free public allocation. They said, meanwhile, 17% was set as part of a strategic allocation, fully unlocked by launch and allegedly sent to insiders' wallets. This does not make a lot of sense to me, but I went to, I found this link. It said something about Bubble Maps data. And so this Bubble Maps is like an auditing tool for tokens and NFTs. And it basically makes it a lot easier for you to understand. So like there's like a bunch of like bubbles on it. And then you can see like kind of like the chain data. So it's easier to understand to like investigate investors' wallets, right? Because like when you have crypto coins or whatever, you have like your online wallet, and a lot of it is like, it doesn't say like, oh, like this is Sherrilyn's, like it's like codes and stuff like that. And then you can like see from whose wallet like goes where and where it's coming. It's, again, so over my head. But yeah, you can see it on the blockchain. All right. And the blockchain is like, yeah, again, it's a lot of noise. It's very crazy out there. It's scary, very cool to have something like Bubble Maps, but it's overwhelming. So through that, it tries to make it a little bit easier to see like from where the wallet's going into like what account and stuff like that. Again, you guys, please. I know that there's going to be like better people to explain this in the comments. But so on the Bubble Maps data, it showed that there was a cluster of related wallets that controlled around 80% of the meme coin supply. So my understanding of that is meaning that 80% of like this like wallet cluster was like kind of, they were related. Like, so there were different wallets, but 80% of them like had ties to each other. And so they've said like, we tried our best. We tried our best to make sure like no one was coming in and sniping. That's what they said, to like take everything so that this didn't happen. But then through data, because you can see everything through the blockchain, like that's not what was showing. And that's what like CoffeeZilla had mentioned too. There's an example. It said one of the addresses, like one of the wallets, managed to snipe 17.5% of the supply at launch and sold it for around $1.3 million in profits minutes after the launch. So meanwhile, crypto investors and Welch's fans claim to have lost thousands of dollars in just 10 minutes with that token going live. So her team, obviously, it says here, they are denying any form of insider trading accusations. claiming they have not sold any tokens, but on-chain data seems to suggest otherwise. And then this article goes on to say that on Wednesday night, YouTuber, content investigator CoffeeZilla confronted the meme coin team in an X Space Live. What CoffeeZilla also mentions in there too is like the fees and stuff like that. So he's saying, all right, like this, if you want to try to like say the sniper situation, like you've generated over $1 million in fees from that token, and like your fans who had trust in you lost everything. And he is not buying this whole, sniper situation. He's saying this is directly from what he's seeing, being able to look through the blockchain, saying that this is all linked to the creator, the company, obviously it's her name on it, who created this account. What I thought was also kind of telling, I don't want to assume, I don't want to like throw out accusations here, but what I thought was telling was when CoffeeZilla is out there like spitting facts, like when it's not just accusations, he had numbers to back it up. He's asking, okay, well, who is this? What's this? What fees for this? Like what's going on? And they're saying like, oh, like it costs a lot to put like something together. So we also have to have things in place. And they mentioned that they had to create a foundation for the project in the Cayman Islands, which required a lot of significant funding. So to try to they need to recoup their money back because they also have like a foundation in the Cayman Islands. I think if you know anything, I feel like if you hear something about Cayman Islands, it's like, oh, okay, like you've got an offshore account because you don't want to pay taxes, or have anybody have access to it. Like, why would you say that? This is what I'm saying. Like, who are these people that she's, being instructed to partner with? So I guess during the thing, he ends up getting just cut off. He's like, this is so horrible. Your numbers do not make sense. I'm looking at things. This is an absolute scam. And then he asked where the money from the pre-sale went, which would have been valued, I guess, around $16.69 million, and the reason for their tokenomics. And then the team silenced his microphone and would not answer, a clear answer. So, yeah. It was messy. They really basically the only statement that's come out was on her X, and she just kind of she says on it copied and pasted from the team, and the statement was the team hasn't sold one token, not one KOL. KOL is an acronym for key opinion leader in the crypto industry. I guess it refers to influencers who are trusted and respected within that crypto community. And then KOLs can be experienced crypto content creators, analysts, project owners. In the crypto space, KOLs are increasingly popular as a way for founders to market their projects. They promote startup on social media. You get it. So basically she's saying no one in her team had sold one token. They did not intend for this to happen. They were sitting on their tokens for anybody who bought them in the team. And she's saying none of the key opinion leaders like KOLs were given any free tokens. So the statement goes on to say, we tried to stop snipers as best as we could through high fees in the start of the launch on Meteora AG. So they were saying we tried to avoid this from happening in the beginning by having higher fees to just even get in on launch day. So I guess snipers are investors who hop in the moment a coin is available to buy, grab a ton, and sell them as quickly as possible to make a profit before a crash. This is so messy because it's this world is this makes no sense to me. So if this makes sense to you, you are a genius to me. It's so over my head, but I obviously understand the accusations of being her team. I don't even want to necessarily say her management team or anything like that, because this is a different company. But again, you have, everything is intertwined. You do have people there to guide you. This whole thing it's messy because it's were these conversations, if the allegations that CoffeeZilla are saying are true, which I do trust CoffeeZilla, his knowledge of especially crypto space it's top tier. So for him to be able to read a blockchain where that would just look like gibberish to me, he's understanding and being able to call it out. And there was not a lot of good arguments or rebuttal to the concerns that he had. So it's like, yeah, it basically, in a nutshell, sounds like, whether she had knowledge or not. I also want to include another clip before we wrap this up, just that kind of outlines, and I don't know if he's a lawyer or just like in finance. He's knowledgeable. I believe he's even verified. So to me, I'm just like, okay, people know who you are. And he's explaining there, regardless of whether Hailey knew of what was going on, she's an adult. And even if she's, younger and definitely kind of seems more on the naive side of things, she's an adult. And so if this, which it seems like a lot of people are wanting it to go to court, clearly lost a lot of money. People lost a lot of money. She can say that all she wants, being like, I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. And, a judge is going to be like, oh, okay, sorry, we didn't ask you, nobody here asked you to trust these people.
Looks like the Hawk Tuah girl might be going to jail. If you don't know who she is, Hailey Welch went mega viral at the beginning of the year for talking about giving a BJ. And she took advantage of this opportunity by creating a podcast called Tuah Talks, which Mark Cuban just recently went on. And then just recently, Hailey launches Hawk Coin, a meme coin that I think is going to end up being the end of her. So here's what happened. She starts promoting it because she's an influencer. It launches and it skyrockets. Goes up 900% with a $500 million market cap. And then within an hour, the entire thing falls out. And then all the retail investors lose all their money. And then all the allegations start flying about insider trading. As this started happening, her team went into cleanup mode and started putting out there that they are not selling their coins. But you can't hide things on the blockchain. And it started coming out that the team was dumping. And now today, you have investors filing complaints with the SEC, and you already have a class action suit forming. So what do I think is going to happen? As somebody who owns an investment firm and has a following online, do I think she did this on purpose? No. I think she's young, immature, and inexperienced and didn't realize what she was doing. And I guess you can add, got bad guidance. But here's what I know about the SEC. They don't care. You can tell them that you just didn't know, and they will hold zero weight to it. And so because 1, they don't like crypto, and 2, they don't like influencers marketing it, and 3, it looks like she did things you very clearly can't do, I think she ends up doing jail time for this.
So yeah, it is, I'm very conflicted with all of it because I can understand that. I understand that so many people lost money and it's not their responsibility to feel sorry for her for trusting the wrong people. And it's not, at all. The matter of the fact is, if this is what was done, this is just so dirty, greasy, illegal, you need to pay the price. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. I'm obviously going to keep on top of updates from Coffeezilla because he had a lot to say and knows a lot more about all of this than I do.
Hailey Welch, or Hawk Tuah girl, to whatever extent she was involved is still unclear, or was unclear until her transactional entertainment lawyer contacted me. I'm just editing this live, guys. He contacted me and said he wants to have a offline combo. I said, I can't do that. This is a live story. If she wants to comment on the story or shed light on how much she's been paid, kindly respond. I'll put up all these screenshots. They say she was paid in advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of $125,000. That's the only money she's seen to date. If you have any specific questions, happy to answer. I said, what company was she paid by? What's the agreement? Did she see a cut of the pre-sale or fees from the liquidity pool? The best thing for my story is to get a copy of the agreement, of course. Christian replies, she was supposed to get 50% of net proceeds after payments of costs to third parties. Is that the 18 employees or whatever they have? I don't know. I don't know what costs they have. But 50% is a lot.
So again, all of this is my opinion. Alleged, this is what's being out there. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. And yeah, I'm feeling, I don't know why I'm just kind of spacing out, feeling a little bit somber. I think just being in this space and having dealt with people who did not have my best interests prior to meeting my management team, they're my family. I trust them with anything. If I have to ask for suggestions or things, or even if they think that I shouldn't be doing something, they'll tell me. Or if they're worried about me about something, they'll reach out. There are really great people out there, but it took me a while to find to find that. And I didn't know who to ask because, like I said at the beginning of this, a lot of it is just like nobody talks about it, right? So I have a feeling that that is definitely something that happened with her. From what I know, hold on, I wanted to pull it up. And again, like these, I don't know what her management team has anything to do with, like some of the decisions that she's made or what their contract looks like. But from what I've seen, she's represented by Johnny Foster, who's the founder of Penthouse Management. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of Penthouse Management. And then when I was looking into it, it shows that he has like quite the career in the music industry, which to me is like a little bit confusing. But like I said, it's also understandable because I'm sure I can't even imagine what her inbox looked like when she like went viral and people are like trying to find her and figure out who she was and wanting to like sign and saying that they had her best interest. But yeah, it's just, to me, I thought that was a little bit weird. From what I saw on the site, it's Hailey and like only 2 other like creator, influencer, celebrities that this management company represents. So I was trying to see like what maybe that association was with the whole like token aspect of things, and I couldn't see anything. But again, like I think it's like over my head. Blockchain, wallets, don't know. So I'm just gonna be following CoffeeZilla, okay? And I wonder if Jake Paul, like, I wonder what he's saying right now to her, like having on the podcast. I'm again assuming that there's got to be like some connection there because she's announcing it on the podcast. And usually when you have like, you're making announcements or you have a brand deal, like that comes through like your management team or whoever you're signed with. So those deals kind of seem a little bit separate. I don't know. I'm so freaking confused here, even looking at it from like the influencer aspect of it. And I think she just has a lot of people like in her ear acting like they kind of want to have her best interest. And it obviously is not going that way at this moment. So I in that aspect, I do feel for her. I think she's young, impressionable, also, and not knowledgeable in this at all. So hopefully this is This is probably going to be a very heavy learning lesson for her on who to trust in this industry. And I will say, one thing that makes me, kind of feel bad for her is that she's very charitable. If you look at, this growth, when I say like she's made like multi-millions of dollars, she's also donated. I think like I'd have to find like the article that I saw, but I would say like over $1 million to like animal shelters, and a lot to do with animals and giving back. She's very giving. She seems to like take care of those around her. Obviously has like a huge soft spot for animals too. So it's not, to me, it doesn't seem like on her part like, oh, this was like, yeah, let's do this and screw a bunch of people over and have this like easy cash grab. She doesn't come across like that. I saw her go to like an after party somewhere. I think it was like maybe it was Jake Paul fight actually. And she was like in sweats. Like she's not like out there like rocking like designer whatever. So I don't think that that's what this was. I think that this is a lot of people around her that don't have her best intentions. That being said, it doesn't give you a pass, right? It's a sad situation to learn something like this from. So I hope like anybody watching this who is aspiring to like have a career in content creation, it can be very fulfilling. Obviously, like if I didn't love it, I wouldn't be here like in 4 years, but I've learned a lot of lessons over the years. And I can't imagine being thrust into this industry at her age and having that overnight virality where everybody is wanting a piece of you. It's like, if you're frustrated that you haven't had that moment, don't. You do not want to go viral. I am telling you right now, like it usually does not end up well. Just keep at it. Keep, learning along the way. Reach out to people that you look up to or trust in the industry and ask questions. Most often, if you just like reach out to people, they're willing to help, So I've learned that. I've had like great people in my life. I've also tried to like help, people who are also growing as best as I can too. So yeah, this is definitely a lesson, but I will keep you guys posted. I would probably think that if you want more accurate, educated commentary on this though, you probably should go to CoffeeZilla because he seems to know what's going on. So I will be watching how this unfolds, and obviously if there's like anything big that transpires, I'll let you guys know. But just wanted to talk about this because I just like I have a lot of thoughts about the situation. So this is where we are, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you in the next. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, getting ahead of yourself, Sherrilyn. We are gonna do the answer for the riddle. Okay, quick reminder: the riddle is: I can be liquid or solid. Sometimes I bubble. You can find me in every home. What am I? And the answer is soap. I don't think we've done this one. I was just like, oh, have I had that answer before? I don't know. I don't think so. But we have so many new people anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay, like just guess. And I can't wait to see your guesses. I love seeing them. There's always like such good ones. Last week, you guys had me dying with the broke Santa. I can't even like scroll through the comments. You'll see like some people's answers were, oh my God, it was so good. Anyways, that's why I love doing this, because you guys killed me. Even if it's a wrong answer, it's a right answer. So anyways, today's right answer was soap. And I'll see you in the next video. I will miss you terribly. Until then, make sure to love each other, love yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.